हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा। जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौर हरि बोल 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 हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा प्रभु।
हरे कृष्णा। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सागररघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगल्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवाजी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So welcome back to Bhagavad Gita study class. Second chapter, contents of Gita summarized. So today's verses
65, 66, 67.
Yes, 3 verses. So we'll read 65 first. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chedaso hyashu buddhir paryavadishtate. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chedaso hyashu buddhir paryavadishtate. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajayate प्रसन्न चेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिर पर्यवतिष्ठते। हरे कृष्णा। ओके रवि प्रभु। हरे कृष्णा। कृष्णा।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो हि आशु बुद्धिपर्यवतिष्ठते।
हरे कृष्ण। रेणुका माता जी।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते। Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Right. Chandra.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yasade Sarva Dukkhanam Jnanir Asopya Patyade Asopya Jayate Prasanna Chetasu Hyashu Buddhihi Paryavastitaha
Paryavatishtade.
Paryavatishtade.
Okay, right. Okay, Ramyamaji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Prasade Sarva Dukkhanam Hanirasyopadayate. Prasanna Chedaso Hyashu Buddhi Paryavattishtade. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
അവിടെ
Krishna.
ബുദ്ധിഹി എന്ന് പറയണോ പ്രഭു?
Buddhi. That's enough.
Okay.
On the last sentence, it is Visargam is emphasized when it is the last word of the sentence. The Prasanna Chedaso Hyashu Buddhi Paryavattishtade.
Oh, okay.
If Buddhi is the last word of the sentence, then Buddhi. Otherwise, Buddhi only. Okay, you can read the translation.
For one who is so situated in the divine consciousness, the threefold miseries of material existence exist no longer. In such a happy state, one's intelligence soon becomes steady. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Bol. Jai. 66. Nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha ayuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayada shanti ashandasya kudasukham. Nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayada shanti ashandasya kudasukham. Nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayada shanti ashandasya kudasukham. Yes, Ravi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयत शान्तिरशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Ready, Kamaji?
Nasti buddhirayuktasya na chayuktasya bhavana na chabhavayataha shantir ashantasya kutaha sukham. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right, Chandra.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Nasti buddhira ayuktasya na chayuktasya bhavana na cha bhavayata shanti ashantasya kuta sukham.
Okay, right. Ramyamaji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Nasti buddhirayuktasya na chayuktasya bhavana na cha bhavayada shantir ashandasya kudasukham.
Okay, right. Ready, Kamaji? Can read the translation.
One who is not in transcendental consciousness can have neither a controlled mind nor steady intelligence, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace? Hare Krishna.
Right. Hare Krishna. 67. Indriyanam hi charadam yanmano anuvidhiyade tadasya haradi prajnam vayurnavamivambasi. Indriyanam hi charadam yanmano anuvidhiyade tadasya haradi prajnam vayurnavamivambasi. Indriyanam hi charadam yanmano anuvidhiyate tadasya haradi prajnam vayurnavamambasi. Prabhu.
Hare Indriyanam hi chartam yanmano anuvidhiyate tadasya harati pragyam vayurnavam ivambasi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. Renuka Mataji.
Indriyanam charatam mayan mano anuvidyate tad asya harati prajnam vayurnavam ivambasi. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Chandra.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Indriyanam charatam yanmano vidiyate tadasya harati prakyam vayurnavamivambasi.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay. Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Indriyanam hi charadam yanmanonu vidiyate tadasya haradi prajnam vayurnavamivambasi. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Right. Chandra, read the translation.
Okay Prabhu. Has the boat on the river is swept
Boat on the water.
As the boat on the water is swept away by a strong wind, even one of the senses on which the mind focus can carry away a man's intelligence. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Right. So, Krishna is continuing his discussion of the steadfast person, one who is steadfast, steady intelligence. So, the key to the steadiness is given in verse 61. Tani sarvani samyamya yukta asidamattaraha. Accepting Krishna as supreme, being his devotee, manmana bhav madbhakta madhya bhav bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. That is instruction given in 9th verse, last verse, 9th chapter, last verse, 34. So, manmana bhava madbhakta. Always meditate on me, become my devotee, madhyaji. Pay obeisance to worship me, mam namaskuru. Pay obeisances to me. Mam evaishi yuktavyam atmanam predatmanam. Without doubt, you will reach me. So, the person who is totally dovetail his senses to the sense of Krishna is in full control. But the person who is not so, his mind will always flicker. The mind has no control over senses. Senses will go hither and thither and will drag the mind along with that. And the mind in turn will corrupt the intelligence. It baffles the intelligence. It covers the intelligence. And when intelligence is covered, then your memory is lost. Or when your memory is lost, intelligence is lost. And when intelligence is lost, you come back to the old square one. That means where we are started off. That means we are interested in material life. Isn't it, Chandra? Before becoming a devotee, we are all interested in material life. We like to have a nice dress, we like to have nice food, a nice house, nice car. Everything very nice, which gives us happiness.
Yes, Prabhu.
But now you have become a devotee. When you have become a devotee, your happiness is depending on serving Krishna. How to make Krishna happy? By making Krishna happy, you in turn become happy, or we in turn become happy. So that is the real happiness. Our happiness is subservient to the happiness of Krishna. So we should make all effort as far as our ability is there, as far as our strength is there, by using whatever means we have, our intelligence, our wealth, our words, using all this, which is actually given to us by Krishna only, you try to serve Krishna. Otherwise, the unruly senses will always go after some sense objects. You like to have that, like to have this. So ultimately fall down. Sometimes what happens is that when you're very, very strict, we're trying to control the senses like anything. You're very afraid of senses, that senses might spoil your spiritual life. Then you become very, very strict, negating everything. I will not take this, I will not take that. If I indulge in that, then I'll become bonded again. But that person fails to understand that everything actually belongs to Krishna only. Understanding that everything belongs to Krishna only, then using these things for Krishna is actually renunciation. Yukta Vairagya, Vairagya. Other one is called Falgu Vairagya. What is that? Falgu Vairagya. What is Falgu Vairagya? Huh?
Not doing things for Krishna.
Yes. All right. Falgu Vairagya means artificial renunciation. You are not renouncing actually. You make a show of renunciation. I am a great renunciate. I have left off everything. So once a devotee was asking Srila Prabhupada that Srila Prabhupada, I have left everything. I have renunciated everything. I have sacrificed everything. I am not owning anything now. Everything I have given up. So I am a perfect renunciate. So Srila Prabhupada told him, you are a fool. How can you give something which is not yours? You don't have anything. Everything belongs to Krishna only. So how can you say, I have given up something, or I have given up everything? Giving up everything actually means whatever is in your possession, utilize for Krishna's service. Otherwise, other artificial renunciation is called Falgu Vairagya. Proper Vairagya is called Yukta Vairagya. Improper Vairagya is called Falgu Vairagya. But one who is a Yukta Vairagya, he is able to overcome likes and dislikes. Given 64, Raga Dvesha Vimukta Vishyan Indriyastaran. Then he can let senses take a natural use of sense objects. Very naturally, the senses can go after sense objects for the whole purpose of utilizing it for the service of Krishna. When everything you see, suppose if you see a dress, you can give to offer it to Krishna first and wear for yourself. If you are working and earning money, yes, that money you can utilize partly for your body maintenance because body is required to serve Krishna, and part of the income you can use it for Krishna work, Krishna seva. So that person, he knows intelligence enough to understand that he doesn't want anything for himself. He doesn't want a big house. He doesn't want a big car and all that. At the same time, he can use his house, he can use his car, everything for car he can use for carrying the deities from one place to another. Or car he can use for a spiritual master. When he's coming, you can use his car for his transportation. Same way, houses. They can have a good big place, a big hall for Krishna, and you can stay in one part of the house, and you can use other parts of the house for senior devotees of Maharajas and all that. So everyone will be very happy, centering down Krishna. So as long as you have Krishna consciousness, your senses will not disturb you. Srila Prabhupada gives example of an iron rod. So if an iron rod is kept on fire, what happens, Chandra? If an iron rod is kept on fire, what will happen to the iron rod?
It will iron rod will hot.
Become hot.
Yes, it will become very hot. Yes, it will become very hot, red hot. Red hot. It becomes so red. So red means it look almost like fire. It looks like a fire, and it has heat and light also, which are the qualities of fire. The fire has got two qualities. What are the qualities of fire?
Hot.
Heat and light, isn't it? Fire is hot. So the quality is that it is heat and light. Light is shining. No, the fire is shining. Because of fire, you can see so many things. Otherwise, it will be dark. So same way the rod is kept in the iron fire, the rod also becomes reddish, hotish, ironish. But what happens when a rod is taken out of fire and kept aside?
Heat remains.
Yes, heat will go off. It becomes cold. So same way, when we are always in Krishna conscious, whenever you are always in seva, then you become Krishna conscious. But once you left the seat, there's a seva of Krishna, then immediately you go back to his material anchorings. So Krishna, he says, Raga Dvesha Vimuktesu Vishan Indriyastaran Atma Vishay Videya, because that person's mind is in control. Mind is under the control of intelligence. And when mind is well controlled, the senses are also well controlled. So he prasadam adhigachati. He gets a mercy of Krishna. Because of mercy of Krishna, everything has happened. And what happens? What is the result of getting the mercy of Krishna? What happens when you get the mercy of Krishna? Next verse is given, prasade sarva dukkhanam hanir asyo bhajayade. All miseries. All types of miseries. Which are the types of miseries? Which are the different types of miseries a living entity go through?
Adhyatmika, Adhibhautika, Adhidevika.
Yes, Adhyatmika, Adhibhautika, Adhidevika. So these are the 3 4 miseries. And why we are suffering of this? Why we are undergoing these 3 miseries? What is the reason for that? What is the reason? Karma bhalam. Okay, karma bhalam. Why have you done this karma? Because you are born, isn't it? You are here. Because of we are taken birth, and because we are inside this big cycle, which is called BODD, birth, old age, disease, and death. Actually, this is our real problem. Because of this cycle, we have to undergo so many hardships, so many sufferings, so many difficulties, troublesome. So many traumatic life. Traumas happen sometimes in our life. Something which is unexpected happens. Then you are shaken very much. Why this is so? Because you are born, you are here. Because you are in the material world, you are born to material world, you have to undergo everything. So the solution for this is to get out of this BODD cycle. And when a person is a devotee, he is very happy because although he is still in the material world, these kind of threefold miseries is not affecting him too much. Because he knows, as Chandra said, I am undergoing this my karma bala only. I have done some karma, and because of that previous karmas, I am now undergoing some fruits of this karma that I have to undergo. But my mind will be always focused on Krishna only. I will not focus on my miseries. The misery becomes very reverse. You can be very sad when you focus on these miseries. You think about the miseries continuously. Then situation becomes very worse. Already we are suffering. And we are thinking about again and again and again on this. Why this happened to me? Why this happened to me? Continuously. What have I done to deserve that I am deserving this kind of fate? So the mind is in a very tamogun. It is called a mode of ignorance. You are dwelling and becoming depressed. So that adds to your miseries. Instead of that, okay, misery is there. We cannot do anything about this. So you chant on Hare Krishna mantra only. Do service naturally every day as you are doing. Then miseries will not affect you. Such a state is called Jivan Mukta. What is the name, Chandra?
Jiva Mukta.
Yes, Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta means you are liberated while you're still alive, while still there. Normally, you're getting liberated when you leave the body. But Jivan Mukta means even though you're still in this material world, still having a material body, which is actually no longer material, it is just being spiritualized because of the mercy of Krishna. So these miseries will not affect you. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasya bajayade. Prasanna chedaso hyashu buddhi pravartade. Prasanna chedasa. In previous verse, you have seen that. Isn't it? Bhavandam evam nirantaram. Prasanna. The verse we have in 57. Yes, it is there. Prashanda Nishesha Manoratandra. Prashanda Nishesha Manoratandra. Prashanta. Prashanta means then one who is very extremely peaceful. Special type of peacefulness. Happily peaceful. Prashanta. Why? Because his mental concoctions is over. Contemplating on material things, that is over. Prashanta Nishesha Manoratandram. That is called Prasanna Chetasa. Prasanna Chetasa means happy, very bright consciousness. Prashanta means happy-minded. This happens solely on account of Krishna's mercy only. Because we have done a little service to Krishna, Krishna is so kind, so merciful, that he has awarded you this kind of consciousness, happy consciousness. But this is exclusive of Krishna consciousness, one who is connected to Krishna. What is the position of a person who is not connected to Krishna is given verse 66. Nasti buddhi ayuktasya. Nasti buddhi ayuktasya. Here the person was prasanna chedasa means his buddhi is well situated, is well established buddhi. But now, because buddhi is well established, it is totally connected to Krishna. When it is not connected, but when that buddhi is fluctuating, wavering, then it will not be connected to Krishna. That we have seen. Bhushagahi anandasya buddheyo avevasayina. Bhushagahi anantasya. multi-faced, multi-branched. So many desires and the intelligence, mind and senses, everything running after these senses, also desires. And because your intelligence is very narrow, Kripana Buddhi, it's called Kripana Buddhi. Kripana Buddhi means, Kripana means one who is very narrow-minded. One who does not know how to make proper use of his assets. Suppose I have money. Money is my asset. I keep counting my money every day, but I will not spend a single shilling. That's the nature of Shylock. It's called, Miser means Shylock. Shylock means one who does not understand how to make proper use of things. Money should always be used for Krishna consciousness. If the person does not know that, then his intelligence is narrow-minded. Nasti buddhi ayuktasya. Because he's not connected to Krishna, his intelligence is very worse. And nacha ayuktasya bhavana. Bhavana means fixed mind. So when he's not connected, his mind is always becomes shaky. Chanchalam himana Krishna. Once your mind goes away from Krishna, it goes away carried away by so many thoughts. Thousands and thousands and thousands of thoughts come to us every day. And we are always running after these thoughts. Whenever a thought is there, the thought drags you to so many places. Because you are not fixed. Because you are not fixed, you become a slave of your thoughts. You're being influenced by your senses. There's a story of Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was a Greek emperor. He wanted to conquer the whole world. So he assembled a big army and started his conquest. One by one, all the countries were invaded by Alexander. Alexander became emperor of almost all the world. Then he came to India. He had a big fight with Porus, which called Purushottama, King Purushottama. Then he won that war also. But then he remembered something. Because before he had started out for this war, his spiritual master in Greece had advised him that when you reach India, you go to Vrindavan, and there's very famous Babaji is there, and then you have his association. It will be very beneficial for you. So Alexander remembered that. So he called his soldiers, his messengers, asked them, you go to Vrindavan, such and such a ashramam, you will find this Babaji, bring him to me. So the soldiers, taking the command from Alexander, they reached Vrindavan, the cottage, a hermit of this Babaji. And they said that, okay, you have to come with us because Alexander the Great, the emperor of the whole world, has ordered you to come to him. So you come with us. Then the Babaji said, I'm not coming. If I'm not interested in meeting Alexander, but if Alexander is interested in meeting me, then let him come to me. The soldiers were shocked. Nobody dared to defy the order of the Emperor Alexander. And this very, Babaji, very old type and haggard, and he is daring to defy the order. Okay, we'll go and inform our master, and he'll give you proper punishment. He went back, informed Alexander that Babaji is refusing to come. He has asked you to come to him. So Alexander, although he was very angry, okay, right, because he has got some point. He said he doesn't want to meet me. I want to meet him. So naturally, I have to go to him. So he went off all the way from Delhi to Haryana to Vrindavan. And after reaching Vrindavan, he stayed about a few furlongs, a little distance away from this cottage, this ashram, and again sent his messengers and asked Babaji to come to him. Babaji gave the same rule. If he wants to come, let him come to my ashram. I am not going outside and meeting. Let him come inside and he can meet me. Hearing this, Alexander was very furious, became very angry. How tired this Babaji, old man, who thinks big of himself. Who is he? Who am I? I am the emperor of the whole world. Everyone shivers when I become angry. Everyone heeds my instructions, my orders. And this person is making fun of me. So taking on his sword, rushed inside this ashram, the intention of killing this Babaji. But Babaji is very quiet, very dignified, very calm. He just simply looked at Alexander, very, very calmly. Alexander was shouting, do you know who am I? How dare you to disobey me? Who do you think you are? And the Babaji said, sit down, Dasa nu Dasa. He said, what do you say, Chandra?
Prabhu, she will come now.
Okay. He said that, sit down, Dasa nu Dasa. What do you mean, Dasa nu Dasa?
Servant of the servant? Prabhu?
Yes, servant of the servant. He was Alexander was bursting almost. He burst some few blood vessels because of anger. Started shouting at him, how do you call me? You call me servant of my servant, servant of your servant. I am the servant of your servant. How dare you? Why do you say that? Then Babaji said, see, I am the master of my senses. My senses serve me. They are subservient to me. I am the master. But in your case, you are the servant of your senses. So that means you are servant of your senses. I am servant of a servant. So for me, for you, I am your master's master. Your master's senses, but senses accept me as my master. So you are my servant. So Alexander, a big lesson for him, he realized himself, yes, I have no control over my senses. I have no control over my mind. This Babaji is totally, fully control of all his senses and mind. So what he says is right. He is my master. I am his servant. He fell down, prostrated himself before this Babaji and said that, please forgive me for behaving very rudely with you. So please accept me as your disciple and give me the necessary spiritual instructions. So Alexander accepted this person as Babaji's spiritual master. Because Babaji was well connected and Alexander was not. And because Alexander was not connected, he was not in fixed mind, he was unpeaceful. He was not in peace. That's what he said, Nachava abhaveda shanti, ashandasya kudasugam. When you are not fixed in your mind, means your mind is always running after some desires. Just like the bird sitting in the branch, sitting in the tree. The Upanishad, Shvedeshwara Upanishad, which was quoted in verse 22 by Srila Prabhupada. Two birds are sitting simultaneously together in one tree. One bird is always eating. Although he's eating, he's very anxious also. Naturally, when you are eating something you are doing something according to your desires. then you should be happy. But this bird, although he was eating, he was still anxious. Same way, when you are full of material desires, you'll always be anxious. And when you are anxious, there is a question of being peaceful. And when you are not peaceful, where is happiness? So you can see that sequence, everything starting from Krishna. If you are well connected to Krishna, then your senses are in full control. Then you are focused. When you are focused, you are not disturbed by material desires. And when you are not disturbed by material desires, you become very peaceful. And when you are peaceful, you become very happy. So this is a peace formula. Understanding Krishna. Understanding Krishna, how? Srila Prabhupada quotes verse from 29, verse 5.29. He says that Bhoktaram yatavasam sarva loga maheshwaram suhudam sarva bhudanam nyatvam shandurichadi. Understanding that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Paramatma residing in everyone's heart. I am the enjoyer of this tapasya. You are the tapasya and yogas. Because I am the supreme enjoyer. You are not the enjoyer. I am the enjoyer. So understand Krishna as an enjoyer. One who understands Krishna as an enjoyer. Then Krishna says, Sarva Loga Maheshwaram. Sarva Loga Maheshwaram. I am the Lord of all the planets. So this is the second understanding of Krishna. First understanding is that Krishna is an enjoyer, supreme enjoyer. The second understanding, the second fact about Krishna is that Krishna is a master, the Lord of all the universes. And third one, Sudam Sarvabhudanam. He is the only benefactor of all living entities. No others. Only Krishna is a real entity, real benefactor. So that is the third point of Krishna to be learned. And when you understand it perfectly, you will reach peace. This is a peace formula. No Krishna, no peace. No Krishna, no peace. K-N-O-W, no. If you know Krishna, then K-N-O-W, you know peace. If you're not connected to Krishna, no peace, no Krishna, and no Krishna, then you have no peace and no peace. So this is a peace formula Krishna formulated. And then if you think that, okay, I had almost every one of my senses in control, only one sense is not in my control. But Krishna says that is enough to create all the havoc. He says in the verse, Indriyanam hi charadam yanmano anuvidhiyade tadasya haradi prajnam vayur Nav Ivambasi. Nava means what? Boat. Ambasa means water. Vayu means wind. So when a boat is capsized, or when it becomes moved hither and thither by strong winds, by hurricanes, then its position is very, very dangerous. So this fluctuating mind is compared to a boat in the rough sea, which is driven by wind here and there. Exactly the same way our consciousness is also polluted by different desires. Although we are in control of all the senses, only one, maybe one sense we don't have control, that sense itself will give you a lot of problem. He said that moth, it is always attracted by fire. The only one attraction is say for moth. It is fire only. In fire, this is sense object for, fire is sense object for? I, yes, I. Fire means form. I is a, fire is a sense object for I. So the moth is always attracted to fire and thinking that fire is something very nice, something which gives him so much pleasure, he wants to go and dash into fire. So what happens when the moth dashes into fire? It'll burn, yes, it'll die, it'll be burned to ashes. It'll be burned to ashes. Same with deer. Deer, it has got a weakness for sound, some music. Deer is always interested in listening to music. So what the hunter does, he sings some song, very nice songs. And hearing this, deer comes running, and the hunter lays a big net. In that net, the deer is caught. So because it is just one sense. And what is the sense of sound?
Ear.
Yeah. Because of this, ear is not in his control, the deer meets with misfortune. Then the elephant. Elephant is always interested in having contact with the female elephant. He wants to touch the female elephant always. It's called sense of touch, isn't it? Sparsha sukham. And having that kind of sparsha sukham, he has no problem always following this she elephant. And the she elephant will lead him to a big pit. This is how you catch an elephant. Elephant is mad with lust, seeing this female elephant, and it's always running after this female elephant, and that the female elephant leads him to a big pit. So elephant falls into the pit because of one control, one sense is not in control, sense of touch. Then there's a fish, is a fish. Fish is interested in eating. Taste, sense of taste. So the bait is laid and that very attractive bait is given in that rod, fishing rod, and the fish comes and grabs that whatever is that is hanging on the rod, and he's caught. So because he doesn't have control or sense of taste, the fish is also caught. And finally you have this bee. Bee is very interested in smelling these nice flowers. So throughout the day it is smelling and collecting honey also. But night happens, because he is totally immersed in smelling this lotus. He is inside the lotus. And what happens, lotus, when it is night time, this petals will close. And this beetle, it will be inside, caught, trapped inside. Why? Because he has a fatal attraction for the smell. So in each instance, we can see that there's only one sensus which is not in control, but that is enough to spoil the life. So tadasya haradi prajnam. Because his senses, because what happens, what is the effect of senses? Haradi prajnam. Prajna means intelligence.
Okay, Jandu.
She's getting, I know, restless. You cannot blame her. Right, Chandra? So, Vayur Navam Imambasi. When one sense is not in control, it's like a boat which is not in control. So, what we should do to steady our boat, Chandra? The boat is shaking like anything. What we should do to steady the boat? Who should be the captain of the ship? There should be a captain, isn't it? Okay, Chandra, you are riding in a boat in a sea. There is heavy wind blowing, And who can control the boat?
No,
The captain of the boat. Captain of the boat. Isn't captain? If there is a captain is very efficient. If the captain is expert in rowing the boat, then you will be safe. So this boat is compared to a body. Srimad Bhagavatam compares the body to a boat, very strongly built boat. And spiritual master is our guide. This wind, the wind which is now disturbing this wind, actually is become favorable wind. Favorable wind is the Shastra's instructions of Krishna. So if you follow the instruction of Krishna, Shastra, and if you take the guidance from our spiritual master, then you can easily cross the boat, cross that ocean in a very, very quiet boat, which has no disturbance at all. So this is the way you cross over the rough seas by accepting a spiritual master like Prabhupada and accepting Krishna as a supreme personality and Bhagavad Gita as a supreme scripture. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Right. Any doubts you have? Right. So Ravi Prabhu can render Rasim Kirtan.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlad Daine Hiranyakashi Purvaksha Chilatankanathalai Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yato yato yami tato narsimha bahe narsimha narasimha madim sharanam prapadye tava kamalavare nakham madhuta shingam dalita hiranyakashipu Tanubingam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Narahari, Jaya Narahari, Jaya Narahari, Jaya Narahari, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu
Vishnu Jalandam Sarvamukam
Narasimham Vishnam
Narasimham
Bhadram
Vishnu
Namami Ugram Veeram
Veeram
Mahavishnu
Mahavishnu Jalandam Sarvamukam Narasimham
Narasimham Vishnam Bhadram Mirtum Namami Ham Ugram Veeram
Mahavishnu Jalandam Sarvamukam Narasimham Vishnu
Narasimham Vishnam Bhadram Mirtum Namami Ham Shri Narsimha Jai
Jai
Narsimha Jai
Narasimha Jai Jai Shri Narasimha
Radhesa Jaya
Pranadesha Jai
Padma Padma Bhinga
Padma
Narsimha Jai Narsimha Jai Jai Shri Narsimha Praladesa Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bhinga Shri Narsimha Jai Narsimha Jai Jai Shri Narsimha Praladesa Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bhinga
Bhakti Vinashigari Shri Narasimha Bhagwan ki
Jai
Vaishnav Bhakti Shesh Pada Maharaj ki
Jai
Jai Go Premanande
Hari Hari Bol
Pancha Kalpadrubescha
Devja Kadikaram Pavana Dev Vaishnava
Nanda Kodi Vaishnav Vrind ki
Jai
Samachar Das Thakur ki
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai
Jai Go Premanande